And at the end of the meeting with political parties, the Commission agreed to review the decision relating to political campaigns and political advice by the media.
Independent National Electoral Commission lifts ban on campaigns and adverts till midnight, Thursday, 21st of February.
Definitely, the reasons why such incompetence manifests itself has to be explained to the nation.
Hard knocks for INEC, the nation won't accept incompetence, says the president.
Frustrated as we are, disappointed as we are, and disillusioned as the Nigerian electorate is right now, this is the time to stand up and be counted on the side of democracy.
APC ends emergency caucus meeting raises alarm on some INEC ad hoc staff. INEC sensitive materials retrieved from across the country in the wake of postponed elections. Good evening, I am Kene Ima Abodika on the Network News Tonight. Elizabeth Omori is also reading tonight from Lagos. And we begin the news with latest from INEC. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has lifted a ban on campaigns by political parties till 12 midnight on Thursday. Mia Ogidi reports on how the Commission arrived at its decision.
Following the postponement of the elections by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, at the early hours of Saturday, February 16, 2019, a meeting was convened at the International Conference Center, and one of the basic issues raised by concerned parties was whether they were going to continue with the campaigns or not. But at that forum, the INEC chairman replied they will not going to continue with the campaigns. But on Monday, 18th of February 2019, the Election Management Board of the Independent National Electoral Commission held a meeting. Of course, the meeting lasted for about 10 hours. At the end of it all, a major decision regarding whether political parties will continue with campaigns or not was discussed, and this was the outcome.
And at the end of the meeting with political parties, the Commission agreed to review the decision relating to political campaigns and political advice by the media. And the Commission agreed to extend the period for campaigning by political parties to the 21st day of February 2019. And this campaign must end by midnight of that day. So these were the two concrete decisions the Commission took.
However, the chairman of the Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, will address journalists at the International Conference Center by 3 p.m. on Tuesday, 19th of February 2019, to give further details on the outcome of the meeting that was held. Mie Ogidi, NTA News.
In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari has directed law enforcement agencies to deal decisively with any individual or group that attempts to sabotage the nation's electoral process through any form of malpractice. The president was speaking at an emergency national caucus meeting of the governing All Progressive Congress earlier today, where he vowed to ensure that Nigeria's democracy is safeguarded from abuse no matter what it takes. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has details.
Informed by the sudden postponement of elections by INEC, the Emergency National Caucus meeting of the APC was an opportunity by stakeholders to critically analyze and properly respond to issues at stake as they affect the interests of the governing party. President Muhammadu Buhari, who revealed that he was only informed about the shift in dates for the polls at 4:35 Saturday morning, described the reasons for the action by the nation's electoral umpire as flimsy.
INEC has all the time and all the resources they wanted. They didn't have to wait for only 6 hours to cast in the votes to tell us that it was impossible. We do not understand why this inefficiency. And we have to go into details after the election to find out who is responsible. Definitely, the reasons why such incompetence manifests itself has to be explained to the nation. Otherwise, our efforts to make sure that this system we voluntarily accept is not making progress. What is the use if we will accept in confidence? The Constitution and the laws protected INEC, but they must not take us for granted.
Even as the elections were postponed by 1 week, there were reports on the discovery of various acts of malpractices in parts of the country. The president, who described the situation as unfortunate and intolerable, directed law enforcement agencies to do whatever is necessary towards ensuring that votes count.
I have briefed the law enforcement agencies and the military. They have identified hotspots, flashpoints. They should be prepared to move. I want Nigerians to be respected. Let them vote whoever they want across the parties. I'm not afraid of that. I have gone through, as you said, the whole 36 states and Abuja. I went round. I think I have got enough supporters across the country. So anybody who thinks he has enough influence in his locality to lead a body of thugs to snatch boxes or to disturb the voting system, he will do it at the expense of his own life.
President Buhari, however, used the opportunity to once again urge the teeming supporters of the APC to remain steadfast and exercise restraint while returning to vote on Saturday.
We have to tell our constituencies that they have to be patient and must react in a very responsible way by going peacefully to vote again. I do not expect anybody to make any disturbance.
National chairman of the APC, Adams Oshomole, also spoke in the same vein, saying no matter the circumstances, taking Nigeria to the next level is a task that the nation's majority is not prepared to compromise.
One setback cannot be the end. Our commitment to democracy is not negotiable. Our people's determination to elect Mr. President is not at the mercy of any institution, including INEC. And many have resolved that the more INEC try to frustrate our people, the more determined we are.
The chairman, who expressed serious reservations over the intentions and neutrality of INEC regarding the way and manner the elections were rescheduled, however, said the APC is now fully alert and alive to its responsibilities as the party to beat. In Abuja, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
The All Progressives Congress has said it will renew its political campaigns ahead of the presidential and National Assembly elections, rescheduled for February 23, 2019, in line with the provisions of Section 99 of the Electoral Act. This was part of the resolutions of its National Caucus meeting. Salihu Abdullahi reports.
The APC caucus meeting went into closed doors after the brief opening address by President Muhammadu Buhari. Adams Oshomole announced the 8-point communique with an appeal to its supporters to recommit themselves and work towards success come February 23rd.
Mr. President, in his capacity as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, has reiterated his commitment and his directive to the Nigerian Armed Forces that they have a duty to protect and to give confidence to the electorate.
The party appealed to INEC and key stakeholders to tackle headlong the challenges associated with delivery of electoral materials, asking INEC to ensure that the new date for the presidential and National Assembly polls remain sacrosanct.
Frustrated as we are, disappointed as we are, and disillusioned as the Nigerian electorate is right now, this is the time to stand up and be counted on the side of democracy.
Some party faithful described the forum as timely.
Nigerians should learn to have a free, fair, credible election.
There's need for some kind of commitment and engagement by INEC to ensure that we don't experience this at all.
But I believe the INEC, and with the good intention of the Nigerian people, things will get out of it.
The chairman made a good decision by inviting the party caucus to review our movement.
They urged Nigerians to remain committed to the task of building a strong democracy. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Now, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, has called on Nigerians not to despair but turn out en masse to vote on Saturday. He was speaking during a media briefing at the National Campaign Office of the People's Democratic Party in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports that the speaker is a member of the PDP Presidential Campaign Organization. He called for vigilance towards ensuring peaceful, credible and transparent polls. The speaker assured of PDP's support and commitment to a transparent electoral process. And the Buhari Support Organization has assured the All Progressive Congress of its continued support ahead of the rescheduled February 23rd presidential and National Assembly elections. National Chairman of the organization, Dr. Mahmoud Abubakar, gave the assurance at a media briefing in Abuja. Kunle Adeyeye reports.
The Buhari Support Organization is the umbrella body in charge of all the support groups of President Muhammadu Buhari. The briefing convened by the organization was to express disappointment over the postponement of last Saturday's polls, but however urged members not to relent in their efforts towards mobilizing support for President Buhari's re-election bid.
We have our support base, and people have seen what APC has accomplished in 3.5 years. A lot of things that have not happened in over 16 years back, before 2015. We are not threatened in any way. We have the people, we have the support, and they know what APC stands for. Especially they know what the president is all about. He's about the people, he's for the country, he's for progress.
He implored members to embark on massive sensitization of the electorate on the achievements of the Buhari administration. Similarly, the chairman of Abuja Municipal Council area, Abdullahi Adamu Candido, has called on opposition political parties to maintain decency in their comments, especially as regards the postponement.
The frustration and desperation for power must not be reason to reduce the office of Mr. President to nothingness. Instead, they should blame themselves for their misfortune, having had 16 years opportunity that was not utilized for the common good of Nigerians.
The APC, he assured, will always remain law-abiding before, during, and after the elections. In Abuja, Kunle Adeyeye, NTA News.
The Northeast Commodity Association says the postponement of the presidential and National Assembly elections is another opportunity to mobilize their members to vote for credible candidates that will work for Nigerians. Abubakar Haman reports.
The chairman, Northeast Commodity Association, Sadiq Daware, who presided the stakeholders meeting, said their members are more determined ever before to ensure all of them participate in February 23rd presidential and National Assembly elections for the victory of their candidates in their states. Continuity is what the group is yearning for, to enable them ensure food security, creating job opportunities and wealth creation for youth and women through the agricultural revolution policies of the present administration, hence their total commitment and resolve to support the federal government.
We appreciate the effort of INEC, we appreciate the effort of all the stakeholders in that business, and we are ready, we are calm, and we are stable. Come February 23rd, we will come out in mass.
In Yola, Abubakar Hamman, NTA News.
Now, reports from across the country say sensitive materials earlier distributed by the Independent National Electoral Commission are being retrieved in line with the directive of INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. Joseph Johnson compiled reports of the retrieval sent in by our correspondents.
In the Federal Capital Territory, sensitive materials earlier distributed for the postponed presidential and National Assembly elections have been returned to the vault of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Resident Electoral Commissioner says all items were returned.
It has been our custody, but today we have to return all of them back to this safekeeping at the vault of the Central Bank. We will not have conducted a very credible election with the materials, with the 13 pellets missing. And this is not, the FCT is not in isolation.
Similarly, the non-sensitive materials initially deployed to all the 16 local government areas of Ekiti State for the conduct of the elections in Ekiti have been returned to the CBN office in Ado-Ekiti. Ayodeji Ogunshakin reports that the materials were confirmed by concerned key players. The same is the story from Niger State, where the materials earlier distributed for the elections have been accounted for, according to the resident electoral commissioner, Professor Sam Egu.
Ekiti State happens to be one of the first states that successfully retrieved all the materials. Everything I can confirm to you with my sister agencies and the INEC director that everything is very, very much intact.
When local governments return this material, we undertake due diligence to check in terms of what they took away, and then to be sure that nothing is missing.
In Akwa Ibom State, Informa Ihoje reports that the resident electoral commissioner has taken advantage of the election's postponement to heighten voter education in the state. Joseph Johnson, NTA News.
Now, the Kwara State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has advised INEC against compromising its integrity and neutrality and the execution of its assignment, especially in the deployment of ad hoc staff in the state during the forthcoming general elections. This was contained in a statement issued in Ilorin, Kwara State on Monday by the Kwara APC chairman Bashir Bolarinwo and signed by the publicity secretary Folaramo Tajudinaro. The chairman said the party received information that those being posted across Kwara as electoral officers, EOS, and technical staff were nominated and trained by the PDP. He also cited the case of an electoral officer who was caught hiding boxes of ballot papers in an office in Kwara North by a vigilant DSS officer, saying that when the electoral officer was forced to open the office by the DSS official, he admitted to hiding the boxes but claimed it was a mistake. He called on INEC to make available to all the parties records of the sensitive materials that will be distributed to all local governments and wards across the state ahead of Saturday's presidential and National Assembly elections in order to forestall any attempts at misconduct or rigging. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, says the statement issued by the Special Advisor Media to the Director General of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, Dr. Doyin Okube, in which he credited Senate President Bukola Saraki with the appointment of Lai Mohammed as minister, is nothing but fiction writing. A statement signed by Special Assistant to the President to the Minister of Information and Culture, Shegun Adeyemi, noted that Lai Mohammed owes his appointment as Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to President Muhammadu Buhari and to no one else. The minister challenged Dr. Okube, who concocted the story in question, to make available to Nigerians any evidence he may have to support his claims. You're watching the news at 9 on the network service of the NTA. We have more news ahead, but that will be after the break. Join us again.
The UN compound houses about 400 employees. The Nigerian capital Abuja is still reeling from Monday morning's rush hour bomb.
If the group did carry out the attack, it would be one of its worst.
2 suicide bombings in Nigeria. One targeted a convoy carrying Nigeria's main opposition leader.
Gun attack on the central mosque in North Nigeria's biggest city, Kano.
21 people have died in a large explosion at the Banix Plaza shopping centre in the capital, Abuja.
Islamist extremists brought Christmas carnage to churches across Nigeria.
Hey, big head. I sorry. Where are you?
I'm at the bus stop.
Okay, dinner is ready and mommy wants you to come home.
Okay, I'm coming as soon as I get a bus.
See something? You can make the difference. Report all security incidents, suspicious activities, drug trafficking, arms smuggling, kidnapping, armed robbery, suspicious terrorist, critical infrastructure vandalism, and other acts of violence in your area. No need to give information about yourself. Not your name. Only report the incident you see or suspect. Send an SMS toll-free to 196, Fearless Fang Reporting Platform for confidential incident reporting to the National Crisis Management Center. The relevant law enforcement agencies will be directed to investigate and respond. The confidential reporter is a fearless fang who cannot be intimidated. SMS the incident to 196 toll-free. Be a fearless fang for the security of Nigeria. This message is brought to you by the National Crisis Management Center.
Introducing new Always Cotton Soft. Its unique top sheet is as soft as cotton and gentle to your skin, offering you comfortable protection as you go about your day. New Always Cotton Soft, available in long and extra long for 250 Naira only.
Inner strength? Yeah, that comes from the hard knocks that life throws at us. And we Nigerians, we know all about that. We don't stay down, we get up and fight. Sure, it's about speed, technique, quality of the punches, reach. But the real fight is with myself.
It's the power, but it's the speed as well.
But I can't carry this heavyweight title by myself. There's always got to be someone in my corner. And that's why I believe in Glow. We have that same tenacity, that Nigerian fighting spirit that makes us game changers. You have to dig deep to be a world champion. Yeah, we Nigerians, yeah, we know all about that.
What a fight!
Glow, our halo.
Heavyweight champion of the world!
Who am I? I'm a caregiver, a slayer,
Gifted,
a boss lady, a foodie. I am the chief quality inspector and chief organizer. And when I'm cooking with my Maggie Star, I become a kitchen grand master.
Every day, you choose to make the difference. That's why you choose Maggie Star. Made from natural soya beans and the other carefully selected ingredients to help you cook the difference.
I am the chief enjoyment officer. And I'm the magnet that brings my family together. Need I say more? But best of all, I love what I do.
With Maggie, cook the difference.
Hey, great news! Oral-B Strong Teeth is introducing a new formula for long-lasting freshness. And strong teeth as always. It just got better. Oral-B Strong Teeth with new formula.
To anyone who ever pushed me to go further.
One more.
To anyone who ever gave me a hand up. To anyone who ever taught me anything I ever learned. To those who work together to set the bar higher. To those who give me the energy to go further. This is my team, and my team makes me.
Welcome back. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria has directed its members to reduce petroleum pump price from 145 naira to 140 naira following the postponement of elections. The decision, the national president of the association, Elder Chinedu Okoronko, said was taken in order to motivate Nigerians to return to their respective polling stations to vote on February 23 and March 9, respectively. Elder Chinedu Okoronko says the decision followed the concern expressed by President Muhammadu Buhari, as well as other contestants, observers and voters nationwide over the election postponement. Ibman said this is part of his contribution towards encouraging Nigerians to participate in the election process. He therefore urged all its members across Nigeria to immediately comply with the directive. This, Ibman President said, is in view of the political situation that hit the country after INEC suddenly announced the postponement of presidential and National Assembly elections. They therefore called on Nigerians to exercise patience and come out en masse to cast their votes on the rescheduled date. Meanwhile, the National Union of Road Transport Workers had earlier undertaken to subsidize transportation in favor of voters wishing to go back to their respective voting units to cast their ballots. The decision by the union is in cognizance of the fact that a good number of voters may not return to vote in view of the cost implication. Now, turning to other matters, a regional water project in Rumuji, River State, initiated by the federal government, is set for use. Minister of Water Resources Suleiman Adamu, while inaugurating the project, commended the President Muhammadu Buhari for considering every part of the country in project execution. Robinson Derataide reports.
The Niger Delta is surrounded by water, yet lacks adequate potable water for consumption and other domestic uses. To address the growing demand for articulated water projects, the federal government, through the Niger Delta Basin Development Authority, has constructed a 50,000-gallon regional water project in Rumuji River State to address potable water challenge in the area.
Water. It is the most important commodity for us to survive. So I hope that you will cherish this scheme. You will guide it, you will protect it, you will make sure that nobody interferes with it or vandalizes it.
The Ministry of Water Resources is a key partner in agricultural revolution and food security in the Niger Delta.
At Pramabri, all year round, rice farming is ongoing. The authority is explored the possibility of getting a private investor to involve in the Pramabri rice project.
A minister was also conducted around the renovated head office of the agency and other structures put in place for the convenience and productivity of staff. In Port Harcourt, Robinson Derateide, NTA News.
Let's now pause for a while and join Elizabeth Omori for more news from Lagos. Elizabeth.
Hello, Kene, and thanks for joining us in the mega city of Lagos. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Lagos State has commenced the reconfiguration of smart card readers to reflect the new dates of the elections. Michael Olale reports that activities are picking up at the Commission's office after the postponement of last Saturday's election.
Beehive around the INEC office in Lagos, an indication that residents have put the disappointment of the postponement of Saturday's election behind with renewed vigor to come out and march and exercise their franchise this Saturday.
The same turnout that would have been out last week will be the same turnout this very week.
With the love of the country, with the love of God, people need to emphasize their energy and their rights.
Meanwhile, the Commission is already readjusting its plans and programs to reflect the present reality.
We are reconfiguring the smart card reader
has been configured to read and to work for February 16, but now they are reconfiguring it now to work on the 23rd.
While giving assurance of credible elections, the Deputy Director of Publicity said training of ad hoc staff will continue at the local government level before Saturday's elections.
The material that we receive and put at the various local government INEC offices should be moved back to the CBN. That we've done. And as I'm speaking, for all the materials for all the 20 local government in Lagos State are now safe in CBN custody.
Very conspicuous at the INEC office are security agencies and men of the fire service. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NT News.
Economic experts have estimated that Nigeria probably lost over $1.5 billion, an equivalent of 457 billion naira, owing to the total shutdown of the micro and macroeconomic sectors for the presidential election last Saturday. They argued that the postponement of the presidential and National Assembly elections had a profound negative impact on the economy. Abolade Salami has details.
The shock that greeted the postponement of the presidential and National Assembly elections by the electoral umpire to 23rd of February 2019 has started to settle. But Nigerians, particularly the business community, is still counting the losses and the subsequent economic impact, just as the political class is still counting its own losses in terms of logistics. The economy recorded a huge loss as the macro and macroeconomic sectors were completely shut down from any business transactions.
First, there was a shutdown of the total economy on Saturday, which meant a lot of cost. And our estimation is that even if we discount for some of the variables, our estimation is that it has cost this economy about $1.5 billion. So the effect was quite profound.
With the growing trend in technology, economic experts are of the opinion that relevant stakeholders should think of addressing the issue of declaring public holidays on election days.
Because of that postponement. So you have all economic activities that should have generated productive income were all suspended. So you find out that at the macro level, we are going to see severe losses to economic productive activities. We don't need to go to a polling booth on a single day and shut down economic activities. There's no reason why we should not have electronic voting today.
This move will be replicated on the 23rd of February 2019. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Network News. A break beckons. More reports ahead. Stay with us.
Next. Lagbaja. Omo Baba Muko.
Na Baba be that.
How do I know you are not an impostor? Oya, play me something.
Abba, my band members are all over the world. Let me connect with them on Glow 4G and make some great music for you. Who's on Glow here?
I got Glow. I've got Glow too.
I go show you.
Hello, sir.
Aleki, Gogo, Jide, guitar. Uzo, give me conga. Ahmed, keyboard. 1, 2, 3.
No matter where you are in the world, rest assured, Glow has you covered. Glow Oga SIM, the unrivaled big boss of data. Upgrade to a 4G SIM for free and get 125% bonus. Also enjoy 25% data bonus on all auto renewals. Dial *777# to choose a plan.
All TVs say picture quality, but never mention the most important color, black. It uncovers the hidden details of nature, brings out the richness in all colors, and reveals life. With self-lighting pixels, only OLED TVs make perfect black, and perfect black creates perfect color. LG OLED TV.
What's up? His friends didn't come.
Hey, let's practice.
But you're going out.
Don't worry about me.
Nothing satisfies a mother more than seeing a child grow up. But I know as he sweats, he'll face the risk of germs which can cause skin irritation.
That's why you need the new best ever Dettol Cool. Its new advanced formulation with extra menthol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs and gives your family icy cool freshness.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
I want to be smarter. I go really early, oh. I know your story. I go Yaba to buy material. I go time my daily, yeah. I go no say young. If you see my daily, oh, it go on everybody. Let me guide you to yellow. Let me guide you to yellow.
3G is great. 4G is better. You don't know what you're missing till you experience it. Upgrade to a 4G device and SIM, SMS Get to 141 to enjoy double data on Nigeria's widest 4G network.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Give me the value pack. Helen!
You do great value shopping.
Absolutely. I'm a champion at getting value.
Then you must have bought the Harpic 200 ml.
Why Harpic when I have
this? Even after applying them 10 times, they won't give a sparkling clean toilet.
Impossible.
Challenge. Detergent and bleach can't give a sparkling clean toilet even after 10 times. But Harpic 200 ml gives a sparkling clean toilet at one go.
Wow.
Harpic 200 ml. Real deal. Now only 200 naira.
When you wake up in the morning before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
We always start our day with a nourishing Kellogg's breakfast, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. So in our family, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
I thought leaving the country was the best decision for me and my future.
I left for a better life.
We were picked up by immigration officials and sent to a detention camp.
I spent 8 months in the detention camp.
There was no food, no water.
I saw people being beaten like animals.
Some women were raped. Some women were sold as slaves.
I thought I would never see my loved ones again.
I have made the biggest mistake of my life.
I have wasted all my savings.
I have to start all over again.
Migration is a human phenomenon which cannot be stopped. But if we choose to migrate, we advocate that it should be done in a safe, orderly, regular, and dignified way, and not in a dangerous and tortuous manner.
This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons.
Thank you for staying with us on the network's news. Now, airlines are counting their losses due to dust haze released through the northern part of the country, thereby limiting the numbers of takeoff and landing. Emmanuel Ayimiro at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport brings us the situation report.
Poor visibility is common around this time, either in the early hours of the day or this time at night. Most flights flying into Northeast have had to cancel, delayed, or reschedule their flights. Captain Saleh Yahya Usman has 35 years' experience as a pilot. To him, safety is first, and weather challenges can be overcome once adherence to regulations is complied with.
You don't do things by yourself. You are guided. So before you go embark on any flight, the first thing you want to get is the weather information. So if the weather at my destination, like I'm going to Kano now, they have already, I'm aware of the weather situation in Kano, which right now is good enough for me to go. Assuming it was bad, there is nothing I can do.
Most of days back, we have a problem of weather in Maiduguri, Kano, and Yola. that we have to keep an aircraft on ground for almost 6 hours and up to 7 hours before we could fly. That's a big loss for the airline. But as for the passengers, they are not looking at it that way. They are not looking at it that way. It's because of the safety that we have to observe that parking of aircraft.
Still talking about safety, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency has advised road users to exercise caution and avoid overspeeding due to low visibility around this time and in the early morning period. Emmanuel Ayimiro, NTA News.
Katsina State Governor Aminu Bello Masari and top security chiefs have visited Kasai village in Basari local government area, where an army captain and 6 civilians lost their lives after an attack. Awal Haliru reports that a visit was to commiserate with the families of the victims.
Basari local government is one of the 8 local governments bordering Rugu Forest, threatened with bandits, kidnappers, cattle rustlers, and other criminals. Bandits numbering over 50 attacked a military outpost in Kasai village, killing the captain and 6 other persons and destroying their operational vehicles on Saturday. The bandits later surrounded the village, shooting sporadically, killing and injuring several people, and taking away motorcycles and other valuables. One of the victims, Jabiru Abdullahi, said the bandit shot him 4 times and took away his child. Governor Aminu Bello Masari paid a condolence and sympathy visit to the village, accompanied by the State Commissioner of Police, Sanusi Buba, and Brigadier General Lukman of the 17th Brigade of the Nigerian Army, Katsina. Governor Masari reminded people of the need to be their brother's keepers, through monitoring activities of those collaborating with the bandits and reporting them to the authorities. He said government had been up and doing through posting the joint military police and other security personnel to keep vigil in the area. Some of the eyewitnesses explained that the bandits went house to house killing people. In Katsina, Awal Haliru, NTA News.
Akwa Ibom State Police Command has paraded suspects alleged to have been responsible for the mayhem witnessed in some parts of the state ahead of the postponed general elections. Calvin Samuel reports that some of the items recovered from the suspects include PVCs, locally made guns, and cartridges.
The suspects, numbering 75, are alleged to have been sponsored by politicians with the sole aim of disrupting the postponed general elections. Briefing newsmen, the Akwa Ibom State Police Commissioner, Bashir Makama, who was represented by the Police Public Relations Officer, Odiko Magdon, says some of the suspects were arrested on the eve of the general elections in Oburukara local government area, where a man whose name is yet unknown was killed and 11 buses burnt. He further stated that 41 out of the suspects, who are alleged to have come in from Bayelsa, Delta and Ondo states, claiming to be election observers, were arrested at Angeline Guest House in Osoma area of Uyo.
The command will leave no stone unturned to deal decisively with anybody who commits any criminal act or who violates any part of the Electoral Act.
Some of the items recovered include 1 Lexus Jeep, 2 locally made shotguns, 25 live cartridges, machetes, charms, among others. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
This is the network news on the NTA. Let's take more news from Ibadan with Fatai Adiyaloja. Hello, Fatai.
Thank you, Kene. Welcome to Ibadan. All sensitive materials for Saturday's postponed presidential and National Assembly elections have been returned to the Central Bank of Nigeria. Correspondent Lukman Hassan has the details.
The sensitive materials were returned to the vault of the Central Bank of Nigeria to prevent them from getting into the wrong hands. The Independent National Electoral Commission explained that all sensitive materials for the presidential and National Assembly election have been received.
The national headquarters of INEC instructed us to return all the sensitive materials earlier distributed to the local governments back to the CBN. And we did that throughout Saturday up to about 1 a.m. Sunday morning.
INEC debunked rumor that the commission still has sensitive material in any of its offices nationwide. The commission says all arrangement has been put in place to ensure that this Saturday's presidential and National Assembly election is conducted under a free and fair atmosphere, devoid of any rancor. In Ibadan, Lukman Hassan, NTA News.
Moving on, the fight against drug abuse should be scaled down to state and local government levels to ensure effectiveness in curbing the menace across the country. This was part of the reasons for the Presidential Advisory Committee for Elimination of Drug Abuse Advocacy visit to Ibadan. Kemi Oshin has more.
The team, which is to cover states across the southwest, were in Ibadan to examine the role of stakeholders and the extent of their activities in the fight against drug abuse. The advocacy is necessary to strengthen the collaborations with relevant agencies at the community level.
We are looking at a case where everybody, every community will come together to do something, because the statistics is enormous and we cannot rely on the federal government alone.
Statistics show that drug use in Nigeria is quite alarming, with about 40% of Nigerian youth engaging in substance abuse, and 1 in every 4 persons in Oyo State abusing prescriptive or illicit drugs due to their addictive nature. At the end of the advocacy visit across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country, the committee is expected to come up with recommendations to help government address the issue of drug abuse properly. In Ibadan, Kemi Oshin, NTA News.
That's our contribution from Ibadan. It's back to Kenneth for more stories.
The news at 9 is broadcast live on the network service of the NTA, Africa's largest TV network. The news returns shortly. Join us again.
Team huddle.
But we lost.
Don't be tired, guys. This isn't a loss. It's a practice for winning.
Nothing makes a mother prouder than seeing her child growing up. But I know as he learns to lead, he'll face even more dirt, germs, and risk of illness.
That's why in changing seasons, you need strong Dettol protection. Because Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
When I was a little girl, I loved spending time with Mum and Grandma cleaning the house. I was so excited to sing in the choir.
And your shirts are always so white.
I knew what Mum's secret was. Today, I'm a modern woman that still trusts the secret passed down to me. It's Jik, of course. The original trusted bleach, which can be used all around your house for amazing results.
Shh, it's our little secret.
It's no secret. It's Jik's best ever extra whitening power. Just Jik it.
Your perfect family is under threat by germs. Infectious diseases are now the world's biggest killer of adults and children. These infectious diseases are caused by germs. They are everywhere. An average human being comes in contact with over 1 million germs daily in unclean water, dirty surfaces, in the toilets, on cuts and wounds, on your clothes. Germs can cause deadly diseases like typhoid, diarrhea, flu, and cough. To protect your family, first aid to protect your family from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Introducing Dettol Antiseptic Liquid in Sachet for only 40 Naira.
Endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.